All Access. An inside look at what it takes to operate Iowa's largest entertainment and convention facilities. This is Iowa Events Center All Access. From Iowa Everywhere.
And welcome back to another episode of All Access with the Iowa Event Center here on the Iowa Everywhere Podcast Network. Matt Van Winkle, Adam Flack, Director of Marketing at the Iowa Event Center, joins me. Adam, you guys are all done with state wrestling. I'm sure it was a circus over there, a good circus, a lot of busy movement going on over there, a lot of noise, a lot of pins, a lot of trophies handed out. It was probably a lot of fun over there, wasn't it?
Man, it's high school sports season for us right now.
Yeah.
And state wrestling, it never disappoints. You know, I think I posted on Twitter that I was in Wednesday morning before doors opened, and we had some media come in to preview the tournament. And, like, the arena's quiet. I'm the only one in it, but those mats are down, and you can just kind of feel the anticipation of all those student athletes coming in. And it was a fantastic week. Can't say enough good things about the Iowa High School Athletic Association and how they managed the state wrestling tournament. Expanded the field last year, go 4 days again with the traditional tournament, and it's nonstop action. We're ready to take a break after Saturday night.
You're right. There's definitely a buzz in the air, and that kind of continues into something coming up here next week. You got the girls' state basketball tournament coming up. You got a bunch of teams coming in and out, a bunch of cities represented, so you'll have that building full again here next week.
Yeah, girls basketball coming up really quickly, and it starts right away with 5A, and so with girls having 5 classes, and they've done a great job of really working to grow their crowds and kind of change the format of the tournament from who plays first and all that. So they start right away. 5A, we've got Johnson, who's undefeated on the year, going against Valley. And then the second game is Waukee versus Ankeny Centennial. So it's an all Central Iowa morning right away, Monday morning. And it goes through Saturday, and then we take a day off to transition to boys basketball. And it's a big 2 weeks. And the preview for people, there's a brand new basketball floor coming in for the state tournaments this year. So as you come down to Wells Fargo Arena, you won't see the traditional red Wells Fargo Arena court. You're going to see a brand new court that the athletic associations have come together to purchase. That's
fantastic. They'll have a nice new shine ready for those high school players. I know that's probably a big thrill for them when they get to come through and play at Wells Fargo, right?
It is. And the association and the girls union, they both do a tremendous job really celebrating the student athletes and doing it. The girls athletic union, I believe I saw this last year where they'll ask each of the teams to bring one of their own community's state tournament t-shirts in, and they line them up along the hallway. So you'll have 40 different t-shirts from all the different schools after the week, where, they just do such a great job of making it a big deal for the teams that qualified. So couldn't thank them enough for everything that they do. And I don't know if you saw the news, but Jean Berger has announced her impending retirement from the Girls Athletic Union. So 8 fantastic years with the Girls Athletic Union. She's really done a lot to grow the Iowa girl and, make everything pink and really celebrate them. A lot of great initiatives that they've started, and just can't thank her enough for what she's done and what she's meant to the state. Working with her when she was at Drake and at UNI in college athletics, and then knew that the Girls Athletic Union was on the right track when they hired her in 2016.
Awesome. Well, we wish all those teams coming through Wells Fargo Arena the best of luck. Enjoy your time in Des Moines. But before you guys get to the girls' state basketball tournament, you guys have a big Iowa Wolves game coming up on Friday, right?
We do. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited for our interview coming up because, my son is a big Iowa State fan, and, with Gabe joining us here, like, it's an exciting time for the Iowa Wolves, bringing a local product back to Des Moines.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam and I got to sit down with the newest member of the Iowa Wolves, Gabe Kalscheur. All right, well, we have a special guest joining us today, a familiar name known to many here in Iowa, former Iowa State Cyclone guard. Gabe Kalscheur was just added to the G League's Iowa Wolves roster. Gabe was an All-Big 12 player, leading the Cyclones to back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and he's currently here in Des Moines, ready to suit up tomorrow as the Wolves host Rio Grand Valley at Wells Fargo Arena. Gabe, first off, congratulations, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, hey, man, as a Minnesota guy, you had to be excited when you got the call from the Wolves this week to come join the roster here in Iowa, right?
Yeah, no, most definitely. Just being a hometown Minnesota kid, repping Iowa Wolves, the Wolves affiliated team. Was great, and also being back in Iowa in Des Moines, which is I to Ames, which I spent my last two years in, and had a great time, great fan base, great community. So I'm just blessed and the opportunity to be here.
Awesome. Well, on top of it all, you like you said, you're coming back to Iowa. You have so many fans, and I'm sure friends that are still back here after only being gone for a year. Have you been able to connect with any friends, people, teammates who might come to watch the game here tomorrow?
Yeah, so I connected with Conrad Hawley. Went down to Ames. I think it was first. I think I got here Saturday, so I came here Saturday night or whatever day I got here. That afternoon, after I moved in, I went down to see him, grab some dinner, and just talk to him. And it was good catching up with him. Hopefully, I can do it with some other guys on the team this upcoming month. But I'm just hearing what they're going through, how great of a season they're having. It's great to see it, and it's great to follow them too. So props to them, and props to the coaching staff and TJ and all the coaches. Just continue to do their thing. And then I had a couple other buddies that are just living out here, so I was able to see them the past couple of days too. So a lot of familiar faces I'm able to see, and just the love and the support, and it's just amazing.
I know Cyclone fans are excited to have you back here in Central Iowa after watching you play with Iowa State. Talk about first impressions of the Iowa Wolves. You've been here, getting ready for the game, and organization's been calling Wells Fargo Arena home for 10 years. So what do you think about the facility and the team that you're joining here this weekend?
Yeah, no, I enjoy the facility. I mean, coaches and the team just was able to just throw me right into practice, and great energy. We had a great couple of practices leading up to our game tomorrow. So just everyone coming back from the All-Star break, and just unfamiliar face, and they did a great job of just accepting me and just bringing me into the practice. So I'm excited just give everything I have, communication, things I've learned and I've grown through this past year. When I was with the Washington City Go-Go, I learned a lot, and I can bring that towards this team, and I'm excited just to be part of a great fan base, but also a great associated team that we can get things rolling and just finish out on a strong note throughout the rest of this rest of the season.
Cool. This is your first year playing for professional basketball after leaving Iowa State. You played summer league with the Warriors, and then you got picked up by, as you mentioned, the Washington D.C., the Capital City Go-Go. What's your first kind of season of professional basketball been like? How are things different from when you were playing college basketball?
Yeah, it's a lot of college basketball is screen hard, cut hard, and do all this stuff hard, and the pro game is you want to go hard, but it's also change of pace, learning the game of little in and outs of where to attack, where are openings, finding space on the court to get to your spot, and just not over dribbling or overdoing too much. So everyone has their own skill set that they're really good at, and really exploiting that and really taking advantage of that, and just keeping it simple at what you can do really well, and just feeding off one another is a thing I really kind of found just a big difference from college to pro. So just a lot of learning, a lot of growing, and just really a lot of taking care of your body. Just a lot more games in college. I think it's 54, 56, or something like that type games in the G League, and even more in the NBA. So really knowing how to take care of your body. Obviously, you want to get extra work in and be at your best, but really listening to your body throughout a course of a season is very important.
So as you travel, across the country playing in all these G League arenas, a little bit different, playing in the Big 12, you played in a lot of big arenas.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like traveling to different places? The court's the same length, the hoop's the same 10 feet, but the different backdrops that you're shooting in some of these different arenas, what has that been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging. I mean, sometimes you'll get into a game and, I've traveled where, we had back-to-back and we weren't able to leave until late at night, and we got in at 3 a.m. and we had to play the next day. So traveling's vigorous, and so it's a lot of uncontrolled variables that may come at your way, but you just gotta the ball bounces, the hoops are 10 feet, you go out there and play, and you have your assignments, and just go out there and hoop. So I mean, it's not perfect for every G League team to be like, oh yes, we're in a great spot, we have this and that. No, there's pros and cons to everything that you're gonna go through. So just knowing that and just sticking through it is really, it's really it's a big mental game through it all. So
Sure.
I guess just like mentally strong that people are, that's when, you see guys, flourish and, continue to keep steady at a good pace.
The thing I've heard from guys that have been through the G League is that you just always got to be ready because you never know when your name's going to get called. I see Gabe's ready. He's got a basketball sitting in the chair behind him, so I think he stays ready. He probably carries that thing around and.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's what I mean. But being a hooper is just have a ball on the go wherever you are, because next thing you know, you can get called from another team and you gotta move. So really packing lightly and just being ready for your next opportunity and staying ready. So like you said, staying ready for your opportunity is the most you can do.
Getting to know you a little bit from Iowa State, I know you come from a really strong basketball family. It's been your mom played college ball and. It's been something you've been doing your whole life since you were a little kid. What does it kind of mean now to be at this level? I know this is something you probably dreamed of when you were a kid playing professionally. Are those dreams really kind of paying off now, and are you seeing those dividends?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I dreamed about, being able to play professional basketball and everything I've kind of worked towards as a young age and getting to this. But still working to get where I've always dreamed of continuing to be, but also appreciating and being proud of where I am and what I'm able to do and how far I've gotten, but just not being complacent. So it's having a balance of being proud of myself and I'm celebrating the little things, the little wins here and there that I'm able to get, but also not settling for just complacency and that. So but I am, and just like seeing like my little sister, kind of going through, what I went through at a young age, and kind of trying to teach her things that I know now. Maybe it's, maybe sometimes I push too much when it's like, this stuff I learned now that maybe she doesn't need to know at that age, but it can get her to where she is. But right now she's just enjoying it, having just a blast of it. So seeing that it's great to see, and I'm excited to see her flourish to whatever passion she wants to do continuing forward.
So in college, you've got your team, you're playing with them all year long. You start your summer workouts, and then all the way through March, you're playing with the same guys. In the G League, you're seeing guys go up and down and switch teams. So there's a chance that you're playing with new guys, quite regularly. What's that like in building that on-court chemistry, and how do you, as you come into your first Wolves game on Friday, how do you fit in with the team that's already been there and really find your role within the team?
Yeah, I think a big part is just like, being that new guy. It's just like, setting like a role of like, I'm here for a reason, but also, just having the utmost communication. I think communication goes a long way. Your effort and all that will show if you let it. But just being able to communicate and telling the teammates that you're new with that I'm here and I'll talk and I'll have your back, this and that. So just knowing that you have somebody that is going to communicate and be there and do all the things that like you, I guess, like as you as a player would wish someone had your back and were able to communicate to you. So I mean, I would say just as being people bouncing in and out of different teams, I think the most you can do is just setting your dominance of your voice and your actions too.
You probably got a bunch of former teammates from Iowa State that are in the league. I think is he still in the G League at this point? I know Condit's playing out in Portland, I believe. So you able to cross paths with those guys at all?
Yeah, we actually sat down and grabbed some food when we were on the showcase down in Orlando, G League showcase earlier, and I think it was like December around that time, a little bit before December. But it was great just sitting down with them and talking with them because as you get older and you're out of college, it's hard. Everyone has their own life and own things they're going to, so their avenues. You're not able to sit down and talk to the old teammates you had. So it was a fun, great moment just to sit down and talk about what we've gone through. They've been out of college for a couple of years, and this is my first year in the G, so they had some advice to give to me. So it was awesome, just sitting down and connect with them as well.
Well, speaking of Iowa State, obviously having a great year this year, ranked 6th in the country right now. Man, you came into that program after, TJ Otzberger had just been hired, a 2-win season the year prior, had to show a lot of faith in a new coach. But it's got to be cool for you to see, you and your teammates kind of laid the groundwork for what the success that this program's having now. How cool is it to see these guys having this type of success.
No, it's awesome. I mean, I'm tuning into every game. I mean, the ones I can watch when I'm not playing, but it's awesome to see. Just like they're just so well connected. Like they just don't have no loose ends, no missing pieces. So this team is just a great team to watch, and I can see them winning the Big 12. I mean, I know they're right up there. I think they're second right now, right behind Houston, but I can see them winning the Big 12 and going farther than I did with Iowa State. So I think this group is special, and I just continue to see them flourish and just have fun with it, and especially the guys that set the ground rules, like myself, George, Isaiah, Jazz, Tristan and roommate when he was there, Trey Jackson, Jane Walker, and a lot of those guys. Just like I still stay in contact, but no, those guys, we all did a part where it was a team, but the year before that was a little off the rails, but we were able to bring it back. But just having that support through the community and Iowa State fan base, you can see that now. It's like when we're gone and when players are gone, if it's a good season, if it's an off season, they're still going to be there, have your support no matter what. So it was just a great opportunity just to be part of the Cyclone family and nation.
Matt, I don't know if you know this, but this is not Gabe's first game at Wells Fargo Arena. There was a time in 2019 that he came here with the Golden Gophers at the NCAA Tournament.
Yeah, nice. We did, and that was we played Louisville first game, and that was a big one. That was one of my kind of breakout games, and kind of strung the guitar. That was a fun time.
Nice.
I was sitting in the stands with my son for that game, and definitely were excited when you joined the Cyclones after watching you perform here in Des Moines. And the shot was just good then. It keeps getting better. So happy to have you back here in Des Moines, Gabe.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You spoke about the community aspect of it too, and it is cool, Adam, and you can probably speak to this too, just how neat it is that the Wolves do bring back a lot of these local guys. I mean, Luca Garza, obviously, and I know they brought back a few local. I think, did Wigington play with the Wolves for a while?
Wigington. I think he played for a little bit.
So it's
Jordan
pretty cool
Bohannon last year.
Yeah, Bohannon, absolutely. It's cool that they kind of bring that local. That comes some of those local guys back, and obviously hopefully you have a good following come and watch you at the game tomorrow at 7:00. Rio Grand Valley takes on the Iowa Wolves at Wells Fargo Arena. Gabe, we really appreciate your time, man.
No, I really appreciate you. Thank you guys for having me again.
All right, congrats. We'll see you. Awesome. Well, that was a really fun conversation with Gabe. It's really cool to see him back in the Iowa community, and hopefully people, Iowa State fans, and even just people that support basketball in the state of Iowa can get out and watch him and support the Iowa Wolves, right? Tickets available for those two?
Tickets are available for the game Friday night. It's just always so interesting to hear what happens once you leave college and now it's your job, it's your profession. So to hear that, what he's gone through this year is great. The game is like the Minnesota Timberwolves throwback game. And so if you come down to the Iowa Wolves game on Friday, they'll be in Timberwolves jerseys, the old school jerseys from the 90s.
That's awesome. I may try and get down there and watch him. That'd be really fun. Really fun to watch his Iowa State career and see what he's doing now in the G League. But hey, you guys have, as we mentioned, girls state basketball, boys state basketball coming up the week after. People can get tickets for those online, right, ahead of time?
Absolutely, yeah. HighVTix.com. Tournament tickets for both girls and boys are on sale now. So if you're just a basketball fan that doesn't care really who's going to play in the boys tournament, you can buy those tickets now. We already have the schedule for the girls tournament, so you can pick the right day to go. And those tickets are good for the day. So you can come down, watch Johnston play, Monday morning, and then get a hand stamp to come back to watch a game later in the day if you want to. So that was a great change that they made recently. Both tournaments did. So yeah, tickets are available now. HighVTix.com. It's great basketball. It's come down and see it one of these days in the next couple of weeks.
For sure. And you guys have the Des Moines Home and Garden Show going through this weekend. Started Thursday, runs through Sunday as well. Perfect. I mean, this couldn't have had better weather for February, in the 60 degrees. So it's getting people, I think, excited for those spring projects, those home projects, right?
Yeah, so you almost hope the weather doesn't get too good because they won't want to come inside and project plan. They're going to be outside taking their time. But yeah, Home and Garden Show going on now. There's a lot of great vendors down there. I'm actually looking to build a retaining wall this year, so I have to walk through and see if I can find anybody to talk to about that. I'm sure they're downstairs. And And then next weekend we roll right into Iowa Deer Classic, which is always a huge show for us.
Yeah.
It takes up both Hy-Vee Hall and Community Choice Convention Center. And tickets for both Home and Garden Show and the Deer Classic are on sale now as well. So you don't have to come down and wait in line. You can buy them in advance and then come down when you're ready.
Absolutely. And then you guys have some, it's not really concert season yet. You guys are getting there. Once we hit March, it's like nonstop. You guys have concerts pretty much every week, it seems like. But the next big one you guys have coming up, Avenged Sevenfold, March 15th with Poppy. Poppy's another big act. That's another big band that's going to be joining Avenged Sevenfold and Sullivan King. That'll be I know you guys were wanted to have that Disturbed show and they had to reschedule. So you've been missing that rock, that music coming through Wells Fargo. So this will hopefully get people excited.
Yeah, I mean, tickets are available for that one as well. So,
cool.
It's a good package. You got 3 different acts, and
Yeah.
it'll be a good night of rock. And then we roll right into Tim McGraw on the 21st, and really, really ramp up. April. We've got a huge month of April and May as well. So, excited about all those shows. Fall Out Boy is another good one.
Absolutely. That's the one I've got circled on my calendar. Fall Out Boy. Jimmy Eat World is another one of my favorite bands. So. That'll be great. That's April 3rd. HyVeeTix.com for tickets for that. We also want to remind people that we have a contest going on right now at Iowa Everywhere to win tickets to see Barry Manilow. Take your mom to see Barry Manilow August 1st. That'll be a great show. I know we talked about this before. His last Des Moines show, right? That's what they're saying is his last Des Moines show.
They're not going as far as saying his farewell tour, but they are saying it will be his last stop in Des Moines. And that's the first time I've seen a show say it in that specific of a word. But I would guess that if you want to see him in your own state, this is your last chance to see him.
Well, if you want to see him, email us at win@iowaeverywhere.com. Tell us why you'd love to connect with your mother at the Barry Manilow Show August 1st at Wells Fargo Arena. We're going to be giving away 3 pairs of tickets to that show. But we also have a grand prize winner who's going to receive airfare and hotel to bring their mother to Des Moines. So anybody, anywhere can enter this contest. We're going to fly you out for that great show. So that should be a really fun show. I know Barry Manilow's been around for a long time. So if your mother's into it, this is the perfect thing to give her for Mother's Day. So
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Adam, thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's been a while since we got to connect. I know you guys have been so busy over there, but we'll do this again next week. And man, basketball it's basketball time. It's March. You got your March Madness polo on. You're ready, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready to continue. What a great season for the Cyclones, and Iowa's picking it up here with a couple big wins lately as well. So Drake had a big win and really fighting for that number 1 seed in the Missouri Valley. So I think March is going to be pretty special for both the men's and the women's teams in the state.
Well, there were Wednesday night there were 3 court stormings in college basketball. So it's starting to feel like March. Things are getting exciting. So,
did you see the end of the LSU Kentucky game last night?
Unbelievable!
Unbelievable. I mean, the Kentucky guy Dillingham hits that shot, and you're thinking, okay, it's over. And then they block the shot, and
1 second left, kind of volleyball lops it up and puts it in. Just the awareness to do that was incredible. So
great awareness.
Well, hopefully we'll have some of those moments here at Wells Fargo Arena with the Iowa Wolves and then with the girls and boys state basketball tournaments. But for Adam Flack, I'm Matt Van Winkle. We will see you next time.